Hey guys, it's North back again with another video. Today's video I'm coming to you with my top 10 fragrances for life. Now I had been seeing some people posting videos recently. At least 3 or 4 people were posting their 10 for life fragrances. The only time that I've done it was when I very first started my channel. So that was 2 years ago, almost 3 years ago now. So it's time to update it and see what I have on the list from what I had before. I believe almost everything on here may be completely different than what I had originally, except for one, but I believe on my original list I had a Boudicca Victorious instead of the original. So let's go ahead and see what are my 10 for life. Now these fragrances are in no particular order. The first one I'll go ahead and get out of the way because if you know me, you know this one's going to be on here. But before I do that, I just wanted to choose fragrances that either are discontinued but I have enough of it, or they're readily available. So I try not to pick a bunch of fragrances that are extremely hard to find or anything like that unless I have a lot of it personally in my collection. And that'll start off with this one, and this is from the house of Armani. This is Impériale. Now this is a 250 ml bottle that I've shown a number of times. So it's 250 ml, so I believe I have plenty of it to last me the rest of my life. I did sell a couple of decants out of it, so I have probably at least 150 or 160 milliliters left of it, maybe more. So we'll see. Now Impériale was released in 2013. This one has a simple note listing, which is myrrh, benzoin, vanilla, saffron, pink pepper, and amber. And this is just an idealized version of what myrrh resin would smell like. So from the beginning of my journey, this was just always one of my favorite scents. So it has a lot of sentimental value, and also I was lucky enough to find and get it for a good price, which was like an old retail price for this 250 ml bottle. So Impériale is one I'm going to keep for life. I don't think there's any other discontinued fragrance on here, but we'll see. Moving on. The next fragrance is from the house of Guerlain, and this one is Mitsouko. This particular one right here is the Parfum concentration. Now it is not discontinued, it is always sold out. The only place that I've seen that is sold the current formulation of this was Harrods, and it did pop up as early as last year, but then it was sold out again. But I also have 3 or 4 bottles of the Eau de Parfum concentration, which is perfect as well. So I have like in the early 2000s up to the most recent one, which was released in 2019. And Mitsouko, again, is just a beautiful fruity Chypre fragrance. It was released in 1919. This one has bergamot, jasmine, rose, peach, jasmine, ylang ylang, oak moss, and spices. This is just a beautiful scent. The Eau de Parfum is a good way to go if you can't get your hands on the Parfum, but the Parfum is not discontinued, but it is the best concentration of it, and it's a lot of it for me to last a long time. I don't even think I've cracked this one open because I had a 7.5 ml before that. Moving on. Now before I mention the next fragrance, I tried to pick fragrances that are like different styles and fit different situations and things like that. So this next one is going to be like the one leather fragrance that I would keep in my collection. This one's from the house of Chanel, and this is Cuir de Russie. This is the discontinued, I lied again, Eau de Toilette concentration. I haven't tried the Eau de Parfum, but I have this, which I have plenty of, and then I also have the Parfum concentration. Now Cuir de Russie was released in 1924, but this one has orange flower, mandarin orange, ylang ylang, jasmine, rose, birch, tobacco, and musk. And it's just an elegant leather scent. And if I were to keep one leather scent, you know, for the rest of my life, it'd probably be this one, because this is just leather with elegance poured all over it. So the Eau de Toilette is discontinued, but the Eau de Parfums are still available. I'm not sure. I don't remember if I've smelled it or not, but I was able to come across this one and get it for a good deal. I think I just have enough for it to get me through. Let's keep it moving. Next up is another fragrance that has a lot of sentimental value to me, and it's also something that is just always available. It's cheap, and this is from the house of Kiehl, and this one is Original Musk. Now, before I got into collecting fragrances, this was my signature scent. So this one I also have the oil in, which is, I believe you can get it online, but when you go to the stores, most stores don't have the oil. But I was able to get it from the store here locally. Now, Kiehl's Original Musk was released in 2004. It has orange blossom, bergamot, ylang ylang, lily, tonka bean, and patchouli. To me, I could see how people could get maybe some type of like sensual muskiness from it, but it's not animalic at all. It's a very good scent. It's something that would get you compliments. It's something that's safe to wear at the office, and again, it's readily available. I don't remember what year I originally bought this, in the early 2000s, but even till today, it's still available. So this is one that I would keep in my collection for life, because it was just, I have good memories attached to it, and it's something I can always get and throw on. Moving on. Next up is from the house of Ormonde, Jayne, and this one is Tolu. I just couldn't help putting another resinous fragrance on the list, but this one isn't like a deep wintry time fragrance. This is more of a light, everyday wear. You could wear it in the spring. I'm sure you could get away with it in the summer as well, but this is just a beautiful scent. This is one of my all-time favorite blind buys. Now, Tolu was released in 2002. This one again, another one that has orange blossom, has juniper, rose, Tolu blossom, tonka bean, and olibanum in it. It's not a deep resinous scent. It opens up with that orange blossom, and it's just a sort of light, a light wear for something that's resinous. But I wanted to add something else on here that was resins, but not as heavy. So let's keep it moving. Next up is another one from the house of Chanel. I tried not to put too many on here, so I just kept it to 2, and I just wanted to keep, there's so many of them that could have been on this list, but I just wanted to keep one that I felt like is my favorite Chanel, and that's number 22, because I do like aldehydes, and I just love this scent a lot. It puts me in an uplifting mood. And this one has aldehydes, ylang ylang, tuberose, jasmine, vanilla, vetiver, and Chanel 22 was released in 1922. This is the Eau de Parfum concentration. I've never smelled the Eau de Toilette, so I have this, which is plenty, and I also still have some of my 75 ml left. Let's move on. Now, I have those type of scents on here, but I was struggling to try to think of, I only wanted to add like one citrusy summer scent on here that I would want to keep for life, and one that would be available for me to get all the time. The one that I could think of that fit, like checked all the boxes for the things that I like, because there's so many that I could have put on here and without putting a Chanel, and so I went with the house of Hermes, and this is Eau de Pamplemousse Rose. Now, this one, Eau de Pamplemousse Rose, was released in 2009. It has grapefruit, orange, and rose as the notes on it. It's a 100 ml bottle. They do come in 200 ml as well, but I was able to pick up for a good deal the concentrate, the Pamplemousse Rose, and this one is an Eau de Toilette concentration, whereas the Eau de Rose, the Pamplemousse, is a Eau de Cologne concentration. So I have almost 200 ml of it already that will hold me on, and this is just a great scent. It's an Eau de Toilette or Eau de Cologne concentration, so it's not going to be like too heavy, and then these have great like naturals in it, so they're not going to last forever, but they're going to give you that nice uplifting feel in the summertime. So I chose this one as my summer scent for life. Let's keep it moving. Now, the next one I wanted to choose, I wanted to have a green fragrance on here because I just started getting into green fragrances, so I feel like I want to have one of those for life. And this one's from the house of Puredistance, and this one's called Antonia. Now, I did do a review of this on my channel, This is a 60 ml bottle. It does come in a 100 ml bottle, and I believe a 17 ml bottle. And this one has jasmine, ylang ylang, orris root, rose, galbanum, ivy, vetiver, and vanilla. It's a beautiful green scent in the likes of like Chanel number 19. That's the most famous green fragrance that I know. Also, or Vin Vert by Balmain. But Vin Vert by Balmain, I believe, is discontinued. Chanel number 19 is still available. I do own an Eau de Parfum concentration of it. That one just doesn't do it for me as far as like the projection or just even the smell. And to me, even though this is an extrait de parfum, this is what I felt like I wish Chanel number 19 did for me. I almost bought the extrait, but I ended up buying a different Chanel extrait. So this is the green fragrance that I would keep for life. Puredistance Antonia from the house of MDCI, and this one is Chypre Palatin. I have the 75 ml. That's the original one that I bought, but then I also was able to find the 100 ml Silk Road edition of the fragrance. This has been my favorite fragrance for a long time, but it mostly exists in my head, so let me just spray some of it so I can smell it throughout the night. Yeah, I just love this scent. I did get another Chypre, which is nice as well, but let's talk about Chypre Palatin. This actually is the last one. I have one more, but Chypre Palatin was released in 2012. It has galbanum, aldehydes, labdanum, hyacinth, clementine, plum, Tolu balsam, oak moss, and benzoin. And to me, this is just like people consider it like an oriental Chypre, fruity Chypre fragrance, and it just has so many notes in it. It's a complex scent. It's beautiful. It's another one that is like just puts me in a good mood. It uplifts your spirits and things like that. I really do enjoy this one. And so since I have a 75 ml and I have this 100 ml, I should have plenty of it to go through for life, as they say. But I almost messed up. I have one more fragrance left. I can't leave. I got my resins out of the way, but I didn't mention my incense one. So let me tell you which incense fragrance I'm going to keep for life. The last one I want to mention, this incense fragrance that I decided to keep for life. It was a little bit difficult. I don't have as many incense fragrances as I did when I very first started, but again, I'm trying to keep mention things that I have enough of realistically to keep for a long time, or things that if they ran out, I might be able to repurchase. And this is from the house of Bulgari, and this one is called Cobra. Now, Cobra comes in a 100 ml bottle. At the time when I bought it, I probably, I only got the 100 ml because that's the only size that's available. Now, Cobra was released in 2020, and it only lists 3 notes: geranium, oud, and frankincense. And this is just one of the most unique incense-based fragrances that are out there. People don't talk about this Legime line as much as they did before. This is the only one that I really wanted to keep. I've like collected and sold all of them, but a lot of them I had a plug, so I was just picking them up just to sell. And this one is great because it's a light, it's not a heavy scent. It's something that could be worn all year round. It has that geranium in it, which gives you that sort of like rose type of feel. It's not heavy on the oud. It has this almost unburnt frankincense sort of feel to it. So that's the incense fragrance that, as of right now, 2024, I would say I would keep for life, because again, I have it in a whole 100 ml bottle. All my other incense-based fragrances, I have them in 50 ml bottles, and they're either extremely expensive or they're discontinued, and they're extremely expensive for that fact. So this is a more realistic one. It's a beautiful incense-based fragrance. If you haven't smelled Cobra from the Legime line, you should probably check it out if you're into incense-based fragrances. It was discontinued for a time, and then they brought it back out. I don't know if it was like the end of last year or something like that. So that's it. Those are my 10 fragrances for life. Let me know in the comments what you think about this list. Let me know what are some of your favorite fragrances and some things that you will keep for life. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you on the next one, guys. Peace.